Stop what you are doing right now and look at your life. If you aren't making the money you want, living the life you dream of, or waking up completely obsessed with your reality, I have news for you. It's your own fault. But in the next 10 minutes, I'm giving you the exact highly controversial mental cheat code that the top 0.1% use to bypass years of hard labor, hijack their subconscious mind, and force absolute success into reality, even if you are starting from dead zero. Most people will call what I'm about to tell you dangerous, some will call it insane, but if you turn this off right now, you are choosing to stay trapped in average. Stay locked in because by the end of this episode, your old life won't exist anymore. Let's get into it. Every monumental achievement in human history started as an illusion. Think about it. Before a skyscraper touches the clouds, before a billion-dollar company goes public, before an athlete breaks a world record, there is zero external evidence that it's possible. To achieve something extraordinary, you have to possess a degree of faith that average people will call delusional. You have to believe in the possibility long before the rest of the world sees the proof. Here's why this matters on a psychological level. When you are going through absolute hell, when everything around you is telling you to give up, holding a precise, unshakable image of your end goal is what keeps you grounded. It actually trains your brain to accept that outcome as inevitable. It stops being a hope and starts becoming an impending reality. Stop aiming for reasonable targets. Standard expectations produce standard results. When you set targets that are far beyond what feels comfortable, you force your mind and your skill set to stretch. Even if you miss that massive audacious goal by 20%, you will still end up miles ahead of where you would have been if you played it safe. Dream big enough that your goals scare you just a little bit. Now, how do you sustain that level of vision? You have to understand the operating system running your life. Your subconscious mind. There is a direct chain reaction that dictates your life. Your thoughts spark your emotions drive your actions, and your actions shape your ultimate destiny. If you don't control the initial thought, you lose control of the final outcome. Here's the cheat code. Your brain struggles to differentiate between a vividly imaged scene and an actual real-world experience. Neurologically, the firing patterns are almost identical. You can literally reprogram your neural pathways by feeding your mind the right inputs. This isn't just visual thinking, it requires daily tactical execution. Number 1. Written affirmations. Write your goals down every morning in the present tense as if they are already accomplished. Believe me, this will take you to places. Number 2. Vivid visualization. Spend 5 minutes every day stepping into the exact scene of your success. Feel the emotion, see the details, make it real. Take your manifestation to the next level. Number 3. Nighttime audio repetition. Play targeted affirmations or instructional audio as you drift off to sleep. When your brain shifts into alpha and theta states, your subconscious is wide open to programming. Rewire your mind while you sleep and you will wake up wired differently for action. Let's talk about wealth, because most people are trapped in a financial model designed to keep them broke and exhausted. If you are trading your hours for dollars, you have placed a hard ceiling on your potential. Time is finite, therefore your income will always be finite under that model. True financial freedom only happens when you make the mental shift from trading time to building scalable value. You need to create offers, systems, or assets that can serve 10 people, 1,000 people, or 1,000,000 people without requiring more of your direct time. Money isn't good or evil, money is simply a medium of exchange. It is a neutral resource driven by perspective and value creation. When you solve your financial equation, you eliminate constant survival stress. You buy back your time, you gain independence. Money isn't about buying mindless luxury. It's about securing the absolute freedom to operate on your own terms, make decisions without fear, and focus your energy on what truly matters. If you want to win in today's market, speed is your greatest competitive advantage. High performers don't sit around analyzing a project for 6 months. They execute fast, collect data, fail fast, and iterate on the fly. A good plan violently executed today is vastly superior to a perfect plan executed next month. Slow, overly cautious planning is usually just fear dressed up as preparation. Action creates clarity. You cannot steer a parked car, get moving first, then adjust the wheel. But speed requires extreme fuel, and that fuel is your deep focus. You cannot execute at a high level if your attention span is fractured every 3 minutes by a ding, a ping, or a pop up. If you want to achieve massive targets, you have to audit your environment aggressively, turn off daily notifications, put your phone in another room, create quiet, uninterrupted blocks of deep work where you focus on a single critical task. Distraction is the silent killer of potential. Eliminate it ruthlessly. Finally, let's talk about growth. Real transformative growth only happens in one specific zone, the uncomfortable zone. If your goals don't induce a sense of doubt, fear, or hesitation, they are too small. Fear isn't a sign that you should stop, it's a compass telling you exactly where you need to go. Use tactical tools to force yourself out of comfort. Apply Parkinson's law, which states that work expands to fill the time allotted for its completion. If you give yourself 2 weeks to finish a project, it will take 2 weeks. If you give yourself 48 hours, you will find a way to streamline the process and get it done in 48 hours. Artificially shorten your time limits. Force urgency into your routine. When you consistently push past your comfortable boundaries, your baseline shifts. What used to feel exhausting becomes your new warm-up. You build the psychological capacity, the grit, and the unshakable discipline required to operate at the absolute highest levels of success. Stop waiting for external validation. Stop waiting for the right timing, the perfect plan, or permission from people who are content with average. Harness the vision, reprogram your subconscious, execute with speed, and embrace the discomfort. If this episode spoke to you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe, leave a review, and go out there and execute. Until next time, stay focused, stay relentless.